Karna lies on the battlefield wounded, the battlefield begins to fade. Not because the war is over, but because the story began long before this. Before the armor, before the rivalry, before the comparison. Karna's story does not begin with war. It begins with silence. The war has already moved on. The noise is gone. The dust is settling. His armor is broken. His bow rests beside him, unused now. His breathing is slow. He looks toward the sky, not in fear, not in anger, as if searching for one answer that never came during his life. Born to Kunti before marriage, he was abandoned to protect honor. Set afloat without a name, without identity, without a place in the world. He was raised by a charioteer, loved, taught discipline, taught effort. But society never let him forget where it believed he belonged. From a young age, Karna showed extraordinary focus. He trained longer, practiced harder, not to compete, but to belong. He trained alongside other princes, same weapons, same effort, same discipline. Yet every day, Karna watched others receive respect before they proved skill. This was the first comparison. Silent, repeating, unfair. Slowly, the mind learned something dangerous. My effort may be equal, but my value is not. When Karna approached Dronacharya, he was not rejected for lack of talent. He was rejected for lack of his origin. In that moment, Karna was not judged alone. He was judged against others. Talent was compared. Birth decided the result. And comparison does something subtle to the mind. It does not just ask, "Am I good?" It asks, "Why am I never chosen, even when I am equal?" Desperate to learn, Karna sought Parashurama. He hid his identity, not to deceive, but to escape comparison. He learned everything, mastered every weapon, absorbed knowledge through discipline and pain. But when the truth emerged, the curse followed. That knowledge gained in deception would fail him at the moment he needed it most. Not because the skill was false, but because fear had entered the mind. Then came the tournament. Karna stood ready, prepared, focused. But the crowd did not ask about his skill. They asked one question: "Who are you?" And when his answer disappointed them, the arena turned cold. Arjuna stood beside him, equal in ability, unequal in acceptance. Comparison moved from training grounds into public judgment, and public comparison cuts deeper than rejection. Then came Duryodhana, not with questions, not with lineage checks, but with acceptance. He crowned Karna a king, not because it was right, but because it was validating. And this is where comparison reshapes destiny. When rejection repeats, the mind stops seeking truth. It seeks belonging. Acceptance becomes an anchor, and once received, it becomes difficult to question its cost. Karna did not turn bitter overnight. He did not choose a side impulsively. He aligned himself with the only place where he was finally seen, not because it was moral, but because comparison had already shaped his mind. Finally, the war arrived. When Karna faced Arjuna on the battlefield, he was not just facing a warrior. He was facing every comparison he had carried silently. A mind shaped by comparison does not fight freely. It fights to prove. And when a mind fights to prove, clarity is lost. Karna did not lose because he lacked strength. He lost because comparison decided his choices long before the war began. Karna lies on the battlefield wounded. The battlefield begins to fade. Not because the war is over, but because the story began long before this. Before the armor, before the rivalry, before the comparison. Karna's story does not begin with war. It begins with silence. The war has already moved on. The noise is gone. The dust is settling. His armor is broken. His bow rests beside him, unused now. His breathing is slow. He looks toward the sky. Not in fear, not in anger, as if searching for one answer that never came during his life. He asks Krishna, "Tell me one thing. What was my fault? I had strength. I had discipline. I had loyalty. Then why was my life always heavier than others?" Krishna spoke of choices. You were never weak, Karna. But when rejection shaped your identity, loyalty replaced clarity, and the choices made from hurt followed you, even to this battlefield. This is not the moment he loses a war. This is the moment he stops fighting. And in this silence, something changes. Not around him, but within him. Not as a warrior, not as a god, but as clarity. Nothing is taken back, nothing is corrected, only confusion is removed. For the first time, Karna is no longer proving, he is seeing. Karna closed his eyes, not defeated, but finally understood. Today, the battlefield looks different. Same job, same effort, same skill. Yet recognition goes elsewhere. Promotion, praise, visibility. And slowly, the mind stops asking, "What is right?" It asks, "Where will I finally be valued?" Karna's tragedy was not weakness. It was prolonged comparison without acceptance. Comparison does not strengthen the mind. It makes the mind reactive. And a reactive mind cannot act freely. Winning with the world is easy. Winning with yourself is the real battle.